Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight, we got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. And tonight, we're going to go over a hot topic issue that you see all over the internet, and a lot of people talk about it. You can be at home, you can be at the barbershop, you can be at the beauty salon, you can be in the backyard or just having a good time. And people are talking about 50-50 relationships. And everybody got different opinions on it. Everybody got different views on it. So I want to have a conversation tonight regarding that particular topic. So tonight we're discussing what's wrong with 50-50 relationships. Let's discuss it, okay? What's wrong with 50-50 relationships? Let's discuss it. Feel free to call in. The call-in number to the show is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number to the show is 678-740-9894. Again, we're talking about what's wrong with 50-50 relationship. Feel free to put your comments in the chat. Also, right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. I don't know if I forgot something. But the main hub is the Change the Lives YouTube channel, where we have over 1,000 videos on the YouTube channel covering these particular subject matter just like this, as far as parental advice, dating advice, professional development, personal development. So if you have to leave at some point during this live feed, feel free to go to Change the Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, on YouTube. If you're looking at us on TikTok, there should be in my profile. There's a link to the YouTube channel, and even other platforms you'll see in the description section. Go to the YouTube channel, you can see the video in its full entirety, just in case you do have to leave. So before we get started, I want to say what's up to my house producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? It's Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Best day of the week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You messing with hot topics today, I see. I see you messing with them hot topics.
That's what we're trying to do.
Right. Yeah. See how many people call that phone, though. Let's see what they talk about on the internet. Let's see if they dial that number. Well, make that phone ring off the hook a little bit.
You know, a lot of ladies, they don't believe in 50-50, but hell, they dealing with 70-80. Well, they paying most of the bills in the damn way. They don't think so. So it don't damn matter. What I about to say? What's up, the mother producer, Slick 316? What's up, Rick?
What's going on, Rick?
You go ahead, but yeah, man. What had me thinking about this, man? I've seen a couple of looking on TikTok, looking on Instagram. You see the young folks got a forum, and you see it a lot with younger people, right?
Right.
You know, to be honest with you, most of them are married.
True.
And they have probably sporadic relationships here and there where they'll say, "Hey, this is what I believe in, this is what I don't believe in." But you typically don't tend to see older people. Man, I see some of these sapsucker older dudes.
Mm-hmm.
When I say that 45 and up, definitely, our age, my woman wouldn't pay this, a real man do this, a real man do that. And
I see them too.
They look like they, streaming out the back of the car. But
I saw one say, my wife ain't gonna do that. Fellas, he was telling us what we need to do, but then at the end of his video, he talking about, so I ain't doing it yet, but I'm working towards it. Why the hell is you telling me what we need to do if you ain't even accomplishing it?
Well, that's why I want to have that conversation, because again, I know everybody got different viewpoints in regards to how they look at relationships, how bills get paid and stuff like that. But I want to have that conversation because we kind of dabbled on it before. I really don't believe in, me personally. Let me say this: I believe in just whatever the hell y'all agree on.
Uh-huh.
I think you have an issue, popping up when you start saying, okay, you do this and you pay most of this, I don't do anything at all. But the whole thing 50-50, in the essence, where you're looking at things can be contributed equally in all aspects, and it might sound ideal, but there are a lot of reasons why it can be problematic, because again, I don't think a lot of times people look at pros, cons, and differences, abilities when you start thinking about certain things like that. So that's why I want to have that conversation with everybody in regards to what's wrong with 50-50 relationships. And as always, guys, let me get this prerequisite. As always, I'm not trying to push the way Poochie feel or Deonte feel, just the way I feel.
Right.
That doesn't make my way right, make your way wrong. But it's always what we try to do is have a discussion. So it's not gonna be anything where hey, you feel stupid or you dumb or whatever. So you want to call, add to the conversation, please, please, please add to it.
Most
or you want to
definitely.
put anything in the chat, feel free to do that. Again, the call in number 678-740-9894. And again, what sparked me interest in talking about this, man, is I was seeing some of these forums and I don't know these platforms off the top of my head, but most of them young people, I tell they like, looking at 30s. They see a couple of young brothers and sisters, they sit there and say, well, hey, what a man should be able to do, what a man should be able to bring to the table and take care of certain things. I see some of the young sisters saying that, guy got to pay for all this and pay for all that. And it's real intriguing. When I look
always intriguing.
Yeah, when I look at it, I just look at what day and age we are in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we do know by census data, right, that what is the average income is what, 40, 50,000?
Right now.
Or 30 or 38.
Right now it's at 40.
Okay, $40,000. So the average income for U.S. citizens is $40,000.
And
right?
I think that's before taxes.
Of course, that's before taxes.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about that's the average U.S. income.
Right.
So you say that, thought process wise, we know that anyone that makes over $100,000, that's 10%.
Mm-hmm.
The whole, so that's 10% of men. I don't know if that's 10% of people or 10% of men or whatever.
That's 10% of people.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So just say we say out of that, 10%, 5% men, or even though we know more women than men, we just say 5% of men.
Uh-huh.
And so we got to sit here and look at out of that percentage, some are married, some are gay, and some of them just this whole different class or whatever. And I just think that sometimes when we start looking at it, it's just $100,000. And I just think sometimes when you put it from a realistic standpoint, I just think people really just don't want to use common sense.
Well, $100,000 nowadays is considered middle class anyway. That's not even considered upper middle class or upper class. That's considered middle class. $100,000 a year before taxes, that's considered middle class when you consider the cost of living and all that stuff, regardless of who fault you think the cost of living is and inflation and all that bull crap. But that's the cost of living right now. $100,000 is not going to get you very much.
Well,
you're talking about mortgage and rent. I mean, they said right now the average person has to make $237,000 to afford a house in Georgia.
No, yeah. Now you try to move Chateau Lawn, but I do think you need to. I do think that
no Chateau Lawn. We're talking about because the minimum house price right now in the state of Georgia, just a house. Like there's no starter homes anymore. Scratch that. The minimum house is $336,000.
For $330,000, you probably need to have what income or what? What we thinking about? 60, 80, 60, 80.
Yeah, if you want
to get approved, I'm talking about just to get approved.
Right.
For a 30-year fix, somewhere in that range, I would assume. And, just thinking in regards to that, and that probably give you somewhere 23, 25, 28. I'm just, right. We start talking that 5-6% rate of that kind of mortgage. Now, we just talk about that's where your abode. Where you living. We know rent anywhere from $1,200 to $1,800 a month.
No. You haven't been out there in a while.
Well, I'm just saying in regards to when you talking about moving in Buckhead, just so you got.
No, we talking about right across the street, right here, right across the street.
What is it, $2,000?
$2,000.
Okay, let's say $2,000. Well, let's go. Let's say 15 to 2.
Okay, we'll do that.
We're doing it. This is just living accommodation. Now I'm just saying that if the average person just say $2,000, and we know the rule of thumb, we start looking at mortgages, rent 3 times. So are you bringing in $6,000 a month?
A month.
The average person ain't
right.
You know what I'm saying? Minus not putting in OT and commissions.
Just regular like 40 a week. They're not bringing $6,000 a month.
So put in that. So you already got that. We just talk about just living situation, right? We ain't even. So you got that, utilities, whatever, food. You talking about putting another damn person
on top of that?
On top of that,
with their car, their expense, their insurance, they hungriness. You barely get by with you at your 100,000. Because you think about 3 times the rent, we know just to get the house or get approved for the apartment, that's 60,000 a year right there. You ain't even adding in your car, your insurance.
Yeah, but see, what's going on, everybody? Remember, call in number 678
That's
740
72,000.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So again, I'm sorry, 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. But that's the thing about it, Lab. I'm really like baffled when I hear this stuff, and it might be a social media day and age. Because when we start looking at it, and I hear these notes, what men should do, I really wonder. Let me stop for a second. When I hear that, I wonder how many of these men, these people that say that, were actually raised by men.
Right.
Like, I'm just saying, really seeing men in the household.
Trying to get to it.
Because I'm going to say this, like, from a mathematical standpoint, we start looking at just say our parents or grandparents and stuff like that. In them days and age, pretty much the world was different.
Right.
Well, you had maybe one employee for the whole town or one area. Your parents may be fortunate enough to work for the main factory, maybe work for a General Motor or Ford or Delta,
right,
or the railroad or something like that.
That was a work for the job, be that 30-year type thing going on there.
Exactly, but then they may be on a different tier than everybody else, as far as middle class. But then you have some, well, probably the vast majority, they may just have been, doing certain things at a certain factory or plant, but they went at that level.
Right.
I say all that to say the actual cost of living from from a relative standpoint was nowhere near the same.
Right.
Right. So I'm just saying, it wasn't nothing uncommon probably for a person to actually work like that and be able to cover costs. And women stay home, and they took away one of the other big expenses, daycare.
Right.
So, look realistically looking at that. So you could see that. But all that shit kind of shifted. We start going at least, I would say probably late 70s, 80s.
Yeah, because when I was born in 1970, when I was coming up, my grandmama worked. My granddad was at the house. They both worked. There was no. She worked at the bank, and she worked at the bank forever. Let me tell you. So she worked. I mean, it never was a case where I came and she was at home cooking and walking around the kitchen and barefoot and all that old stuff that they be talking about. She wasn't doing none of that. She got up every morning, 8:00. Went to work. It was right up the street. It was it was a block away, but she went to work every day.
Yeah, but Lab, the thing of it is, when we start going to them dynamics of man doing this and you should be able to do that, like realistically, that's why I wonder sometimes, where did you see that at?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, like there aren't that many. You start looking at people that actually can afford to just take care of themselves. Then turn around and take care of other people. You go into a different tier. Like most of your jobs not gonna pay you enough money to do that.
Right.
To your point, you just brought up just getting somewhere to stay.
Right.
But we start talking about, what are they? Damn, the most. Just say if you have just like a manual job. When I say manual, just say working in a factory or warehouse. That's a small percentage.
Right.
Do that.
Right.
We're doing it. You got your next tier of people that maybe drive just in the transportation industry. They may be railroad conductors, truck drivers, this, that, and that. They have potential to make six figures with doing that.
Right.
But then, you go into the ones that actually comfortable doing it, your attorneys, your surgeons, who am I forget? Lawyers, doctors, engineers.
Engineers.
But the vast majority is not doing it. I know you might have a plumber here, electrician doing that, making that kind of money and stuff like that.
If he owned the company.
Yeah, but even that shit kind of, I'm an accountant.
It fluctuates, yeah.
Well, again, I'm the accountant. I know what people making and I know what people bringing in. That's what, it's a little different tip.
Right.
You making $150, $200 on paper, but you bringing in $60,000, $70,000 at home after everything's paid.
Right.
So, again, and I, that's my world.
And that's bringing home before you even pay home stuff. This is just what they take out before you get to the house.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I see a lot of people don't add that. See, that's what I don't get. Well, I'm gonna throw this out there. People don't add in the cost, the stuff that you pay for, the cost of stuff before it even comes to your checking account or comes to your pocket, because you got to realize you got insurance. If you pay insurance for everybody, if you got, You know, it's a lot of stuff that come out your check. I mean, before you even see it, you get what I'm saying? Like that bottom line is not necessarily that bottom line. You still got a bottom line that you got to get to before it even gets to you.
But to that point, like that, well, that's what we spoke about it before when people on Mr. Short Dollar we talk about business and entrepreneurship. I just think a lot of times people want to go into business. They don't really want their own business. They just want a job that's gonna pay them some more money.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll look at the main thing with people bringing in. They're not looking at once I done got rid of all these layers and paid everybody. Hell, I really just changed, employers. Now I work for myself. But hell, I'm working way harder for myself. Now if you're cool with it, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But just the whole thought process, I can make more money. You grossly can, but at the end of the day, that net still probably gonna be about the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow.
But let's say, married people or dating people? We try to cover the whole spectrum, right? Aren't we? We cover dating and married as far as the guy paying for everything.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be one for the other,
right? You got one for you. You got cry for you.
We talk about because even if you married, because let's think about it, man. You married and you sit here, you provide all these kind of things. What you got is what you got,
right?
At the end of the day, and that's the thing about it, ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies, I gotta say something to you, and fellas, you need to understand how you are. Ladies don't have $150,000, $200,000 expectations with this $40,000, $50,000 dude.
Right.
Fellas, ain't nothing wrong with being that $40,000, $50,000 dude. But don't put no $150,000, $200,000 pressure on yourself.
Right. Do what you can do.
Hey, do what you can do.
If she don't like it, she'll find somebody else.
It's a reason why women always bury their husbands.
Right.
Because they carry so much stress. Man, I can't do that. That ain't me.
That is 100% true.
I can't do
I'm
it.
trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this. I need to get that. I need to make sure this good. I need it. It's always a building on top of your back when you marry somebody, trying to take care of somebody. Like people know women. I don't think women even understand that.
Well,
do that. Maybe they understand. Maybe they don't even care.
Well, well, let me say this too. It's easy when you say a woman don't care. But so many of these ass backward ass men's out here so quick to wanna
leave with their wallet.
Right. Because I looking at the show, and again, I raised by my grandfather.
Right.
Old West Side dude. And I remember one of the rules, would you let a woman know what the hell you make? And that has always stuck with me.
Right.
That has always stuck with me.
Right.
And one thing I said, me and my ex-wife, we never had any financial problems.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we my bum here and other stuff. But we really had the money problem. Not that we made a lot of money, but we just kind of smarter how we did certain stuff. And I'm gonna say this: when I was looking at this, it was a show. It was like a dating show. You guys might have seen it. They had a line, maybe some line full of guys, or then maybe a line for the female.
Right.
The guy, like people say something, the people in the line, they're party balloon.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then the guys come in and say, "I do this, and I make this, and I do that." What the F are you telling somebody what you make for?
Right.
I cannot understand. Like, I don't know where in dating I'm gonna let you know what the hell I make. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know you're cool. I don't know what the hell you make.
Right.
Why the hell would you let somebody know what you make?
Because men leave with their wallet and women leave with their bodies.
But when she turn around and say, "Look, she got these expectations of money and stuff," you can't trip when she's just materialistic. That's how your lame ass got it.
Right.
That's
how
you got
to deal with it.
I'm from the West Side. We lay with a mouth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we
had
really
to talk down.
We had to talk because we didn't have no money. We had to have our little Pepe Le Pew on.
See, when I married my ex-wife, I told her off the rip, shit, I'm broke. I live on the West Side. I'm trying to get to college. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. I ain't got $9.
Well, they about a little smoothness out, broke. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I might have been rich in words. You know what I'm saying?
I would let them know from the giddy up.
But
hey, you looking for we could build this together.
But to that point though, Lab, I don't think that was nothing uncommon. I just think what it is, it's nothing new for people to be flashing certain things. It's nothing new for people to be honest. I think what's new is social media. Yeah. Where everybody's, looking at this make-believe standard. Right. In regards to what people are and what people should be.
Right.
Because I told you, man, I be baffled. And I just see people stating what they do and what they have,
Right.
and the interest of that person is not on you.
It's on what you do and what you have.
Exactly.
If you lead with I forgot you on TikTok. TikTok cut us off. If you leading with some sexual stuff, that man's gonna be looking for sexual things.
Well, that's
and if he leading with his wallet, unfortunately, she gonna be looking for payout. Shit.
Well, to that point, like, and, that's some things we don't talk about, even relationships and stuff like that. Like, if you catch you about it, about you just come out how you look and all that other kind of stuff, your damn brain be the last damn piece that a guy be considering.
She can't read, then you wonder why.
Yeah, you fix my son to it, but I didn't think you like shit. Your ass think. Thought you just, pretty. You know what I'm saying? What the hell?
You just sit there.
Yeah, your ass think. Yeah. I like, you realize your ass can talk. You know what I'm saying? I just thought you posed for him.
Are you thinking that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't get you to think. I got you to look good and have sex.
I asked you for an opinion.
Yeah.
I asked you to look good up under me.
Yeah, I told you could think. Man, who the hell want to hear that?
You get beside yourself.
You
get beside yourself now. Who told you can think?
But just thinking about it though, Lab, when we start talking about these kind of things, I just think that number one, people should be really honest with themselves about what they are. And it sounds like I'm joking, but like when you sitting there knowing what kind of person you are, and that's not a limit you,
right?
So you can aspire to have more, do greater things, but being realistic, I can't afford to do that.
Right.
I can't do that.
Right.
And if she can't handle that, I'm gone.
Right.
And a guy sitting there knowing, not tripping on this woman, like, man, I think she should do this with certain things. Ray should lay that out from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, it's hard to kind of make, people are how they are.
Right.
Period. So you can't, if she's enamored with tangible things like jewelry and clothes, trips and stuff like that, what can you do?
Right.
What can you do? I mean, that's the thing about it.
If that's what she used to.
Exactly.
What if she used? Let me ask you a question. What if she would use those things before y'all met?
It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if she's saying this is what she wants, you got to be honest with yourself. You can keep that up. But that's why I say a lot of times, it may not even be the issue of the young lady putting that pressure on that person. It'd be the guy just so want to have it so bad.
Right.
Now he just can't keep up with it.
Right.
And that's why I be saying sometimes when I hear these things about what a man should do or what a woman should do, I really just be wondering how many of these people actually have models of this. Because now again, I do know there are some men out there that raise families, that the wives stayed and they did this, that, and that. But I don't think that's most of them. Mm-hmm. But my personal opinion, everybody feel free to leave a comment. I don't think most of the guys took care of their wives, what their wives had to do now because they were just man. I think they did it because they want nobody to watch children.
Most times.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're most doing it
because the cost of daycare is as expensive as rent.
Exactly. I think that was the case when that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like, we started looking at grandma and grandpa, like those, or the kids come out and help out in the field or whatever. But most time that was just that.
Right.
And let's be realistic. Like when you do that, you're limited.
Mm-hmm.
If I got $50,000 to spend on 5 people, it's only gonna go so far.
Right.
If I can make 50, you can make 30. Now we got 80.
Right.
Now we can sit here and do more stuff. I don't think that thought process goes into people.
No,
I just don't.
Not in today's society, like you said, with social media leading the way, and what everybody's a relationship expert now. On social media, they are financial gurus, relationship experts, and there was one other one I was noticing. I was like, why are so many people talking about this? But especially relationship experts, they are relationship experts now. You hear all these different variables about how a relationship is supposed to be and what it's supposed to be about. How a man's supposed to do this, the woman's supposed to do that, but really, nobody knows. Well, do what's best for you.
I'm gonna say this: like when me and my ex-wife, when we were kids, I was in our 20s, our first house. My first house, the mortgage was $600. She was making a little bit more money than me. I think both of us probably made. I think one making 35. Neither one of us making over 40,000.
Okay.
Something like that. But the mortgage with that house was like $600. She paid the mortgage. I paid all the utilities, and we had a little stuff out of it. But we was cool with it.
Right.
That wasn't hurting us. We were chilling.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we were chilling. You know what I'm saying? And I think we did that. We stayed in that house probably till like our 30s. Then we got our house man currently now. Damn near everything triple. As far as bills, utilities, bigger house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Have 2 units and all this other kind of. So we went to splitting the mortgage. I did the utilities. She paid the groceries, and that worked. That worked. It wasn't no problem or nothing like that. And we did that with, no confusion, arguing, or
it was
nothing.
Good, right?
Yeah. And so when I hear people saying like, "Well, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that," I'm like, "Shit, we're making money, and we ain't bitching about that." And why the hell people that I felt like sometimes probably we're making, they're complaining about. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes when you use your brain and common sense, like that don't make sense. Why would somebody want their man out there killing themselves like that to do certain things like that? Why was a man, bro? Why you gonna put that kind of pressure on yourself? You ain't enjoying life. You just whatever.
Right.
I gotta do this, and I want my woman to be this, that, and that, and all that kind of stuff. Shit,
so she can leave.
But let me tell you something. Not even just to leave. What you find, and me and you have talked about this, at length, especially as a person who went through a divorce. Man, you do all this shit for your family, and we put ourselves last.
Especially when we're married.
Yeah, and when them kids grow up, man, they don't give a fuck about us. They love us, but they go do their thing. And you done made all these damn sacrifice for people, and they done went all in their own little direction and stuff like that. Man, shit. You enjoy yourself.
Right.
Enjoy yourself, enjoy your money, enjoy life. And I think a lot of times people miss out on, with doing that.
It becomes a struggle, especially when you're married, because you do want your family to be happy and comfortable. So us as the man of the house, a natural man who just want his family and his wife to be happy is going to want to take care of the bills as best he can anyway. I don't think there's any man out there that's married to his wife, or even maybe dating as somebody that he's in love with, saying to themselves, "Shit, she gonna have to get it how she live." You get what I'm saying? We all want to do the best we can for the people that we love. That's just automatic. That's just how you tell me if I'm wrong, but that's how I think that we are as men. We just want to do the best for the people that we love, but at the same time, sometimes, like you said, with the
natural
kids,
providers and protectors.
Right.
That's just, if you got your real man with that, I think a lot of times, this is my personal opinion with women, women get caught into, and ladies, y'all feel free to comment.
Y'all call in too.
Women get caught up when they get a damn dude that, women love Build-A-Bears. He look good, and everything like that, but his ass, money ain't right, credit ain't right, child support ain't right, his damn criminal record ain't damn right. And it's something where they catching so much shit where they doing more problem than they fair share. And at the end of the day, and fair share is a great word,
right?
But they get tired of it and they start complaining with men. It's not men, it's what your situation is,
right?
And I think sometimes, because if you cool, y'all working in a certain way, and you might like, damn man, let me do this. If y'all cool the way y'all got y'all system going, it ain't no reason to complain to me. Because if you sit here, you take care of stuff, he take care of stuff, y'all got it, and you still got your little leeway in regards to, okay, I want to go shopping when I want to, I want to go out when I want to, and stuff like that. Because sometimes it can be as easy. You got a budget issue. You might need, hey, let's do a little more of this, or make it a little tight. Because we're a little tight. Let's take it. You can get past that with just working together. But a lot of times, if you're dealing with somebody that you carry, and what it is with, and men, we don't care. We know if she ain't work, we'll just work, we'll just complain our partners. But women, will women I've seen take pictures of these guys and be like, yeah, he's a this, he's a that.
Right.
Knowing his name, knowing his mom ain't working.
Right.
Knowing this guy ain't doing shit. Knowing he ain't doing this, that, and that.
Right.
But it's so damn embarrassing. They don't want to. But they'll hold that stigma like, well, I want to get like he ain't gonna be able to do that. He look good. He look good.
Right.
He feel good.
Right.
But that's the issue.
You're
but if you like you to your point, if we working and we got this thing going, if the lady because let's be realistic. If I'm making $50,000-$60,000 a year, right? $60,000 a year, and my girl's CEO and she's making $150,000-$200,000 a year,
right?
I mean, am I gonna pay most of the bills?
No.
And the reason, and it's not me, I'm not paying most of the bills because she made most of the money. I'm not paying most of the bills because we're limiting ourselves, trying to say we just gonna go off to 60. I mean, it's just keep her damn check,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like from a common sense standpoint, we got $210,000 coming into our house, and we're gonna live off 60,000. That don't make no damn sense.
And even if y'all split the 60, and say y'all gonna live off 60, she gives 30 and you give 30. She still has 120,000. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but getting bogged down into who does this, who does that. I just think the reason why so many people get like that, my personal opinion, is because they're in situations where they're getting pulled with doing it. Because why would you? I'm just saying to you, if we finna be real, if I take care of everything, I'm the ruler. See. This
is a dictatorship.
I laugh. It goes with it, right? And I've heard that from female before, like guy, take care of this, do that. You gotta take what come along with it,
right?
You really gotta take what come along with it. Like, you gonna be, he come in when he wants to, he do what he want to do, and all this other kind of stuff. You got to take what come along with that. Not saying it's right, but I'm saying if you're gonna sit here and just be kept, that's just how that goes. Do you have situations where both parties are working and the guy said, I'm gonna take care of this, she get to keep her check? Absolutely, you have situations like that,
right?
With doing it, but it still go back to what I'm saying too. At the end of the day, you're actually, again, you making your 50, this man making his 150. You keeping yours, y'all can potentially 210. Now, that don't make sense to me, Lamb. That doesn't make any damn sense to me whatsoever.
It doesn't.
Now again, that don't make me wrong. That don't make me right. That don't make nobody else wrong.
Right.
But from a common sense standpoint, you got all this money to get the plan on or whatever. Now, if you turn around and say, okay, well, I'm taking my money, I'm investing, doing this for the kids, we're doing this, that, I get it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you're doing something.
Right.
But see how that, well, hey, the guy gonna do all this and do all that. And I've heard the notion, I heard these young girls in the video, well, if I'm paying on bills, that means I ain't having sex and I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Your ass ain't go, hey, look at it. Let me say that.
If you paying on the bills and you ain't doing nothing else and you ain't having sex, nothing, you gonna be paying on all the bills. Hey, man,
let me say something. It go for men and women.
Right.
Well, we do know what we all gonna get old and die. We gonna age. You ain't gonna be fine forever. You ain't gonna be fine forever.
Right.
And everybody can be replaced, men and women.
Right.
So when you had it, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna sex, I'm not gonna do that kind of stuff like that. Shit, you gotta take what come along with it.
Right.
That and that's the truth.
Because sex is a need. I mean, we all have, women have those needs too. So if I'm just saying, like when I was, let me get a couple. Slick says that communication and duties are different being married and dating than just dating. Live on a budget. Live a budget of living off one income so that the other go into savings and vacation, etc. That's a good point. I agree with that. Of course, that's a good point in regards to that. The duties are different when you're dating and when you're married. But the thing of it is, you're learning, you're deciding, you're working on the duties while you're dating. And you're looking at them, and you put them in concrete when you get married. So you still have to. I think if you sit there and wait till you get married and want to just say, how we're gonna do that, your ass gonna be has real problems. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you kind of get an idea of knowing how that person is and certain things like that, because you don't have the same obligations when you date that you do when you're married. That is absolutely true. But
actually deciding and learning if you can have those kind of obligations, if you can bring them to fruition, if you do marry that person.
Right. And I thought that when me and my ex got married, we had a plan. We had a very solid plan that we were working for a while we were, we both went to college. We both got degrees. She got a nursing degree. I got my master's degree. She got a master's degree in nursing and all that other stuff. So we had a plan. We were supposed to be retired by 50, but somewhere in the plan, the train went off the rails. But and then another problem that we had was she couldn't seem to keep a job. So it was like pulling teeth, you know what I'm saying? Like over a year she would never stay at a job over a year. Now she would get decent jobs. It was just a matter of, she would get great, good paying jobs. It was a matter of staying there and establishing yourself for a certain amount of time. So we could.
The $60,000 job turned to an $80,000 job.
Right.
We keep starting back going, they're good.
Going back to,
but we can make it great in about 3 years. I get that part, but that's regular marriage stuff when you're with somebody.
Right.
Sexy Red Bone said, pay the cost to be the boss. And that's the thing about it. Hey, it's people can pay the cost and you be the boss, but you got to take what come along with that.
Uh-huh.
And people, just be honest with you.
Right.
It's just Deonte speaking. It ain't about fair. It is what it is. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I hear that. But Paul, it's reason Paul had whole damn families.
Right.
Because they did everything.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of those women, let's just be real. A lot of women were stuck.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't go nowhere.
Right.
They couldn't.
Because he was paying everything.
He was paying everything. They had no way. They had them kids.
Right.
They had no kind of skill set or anything. So they really would just, stay there, get cussed out, get beat, deal with extra matter affairs, deal with kids. So let's not keep it like my grandma and them stay. Like they put up a lot of stuff because they were stuck.
Right.
So that's why I don't really trip about women getting education and progressing and doing. That's cool.
Right.
But be realistic about certain things in regards to the relationship, because when the mindset get where I don't need a man because I got this particular thing, you gotta take what come along with that too.
Right.
At the end of the day, because just like you're not with the man, you can use that leverage. I don't need him with it, but when you do want companionship, I think most humans want some level of companionship.
Right.
You want to see him every day or this, that, and that. That may vary. This, that, and that, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I like sitting on my dick. I like sitting on that by myself with my little chihuahua running in front of me. This, that, and that.
Right.
Cool, playing my music and stuff like that. That's me.
Right.
Some folks want to be with somebody every day. I get it.
Right.
And a lot of times people are based how you get put in that situation about what that person can do for them.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just this millennial generation, when I see them, I love they hustle, but they mindset on certain things, I don't think a lot of them think they're going to get old one day.
No, a lot of them don't.
When I say, I ain't old, older.
Older, right.
So you feel like you're in your 40s, like you don't kind of, you always say your 20s, you messing everything up, you're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Your 30s, you're recovering. You hit your 40s, now you kind of reestablish, you get it settled. Your 50s, you get ready to ride into the sunset,
right?
Because you done got everything set up. Kind of how that learning.
That was the idea.
Goes.
That was the idea we had.
And so when you start, not really considering that you're gonna go through all that, and you bounce in your 20s and 30s, and you're not learning. Now you hit your 40s, like now I want to do this because I just seen Vivica Fox, 60-something years old, talking about whatever, and this not to make fun of Vivica Fox, and everything like that, but she ain't the eye puller she used to be. Still a nice looking woman,
right?
But at the end of the day, and I ain't finna get in all that damn, the Kevin Samuel stuff. But I will say sometimes we gotta be realistic, and this go for men and women. We ain't who we used to be,
right?
And people, they tolerance of what they did because the guy in his 20s and the guy in his 50s, got himself a little more established. Same thing women too, right? They ain't got to put up some shit they might have put up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think any one of us can be in a certain spot if we don't kind of be mindful of those particular things. So that makes sense.
Let me say a couple comments. Slick says, but when you marry, you kind of know y'all budget for going out. We all know that drug money go fast, and women put up with them because they addicted to the money, just like he is.
And then LaChana says 50-50 is a roommate plan to me. However, in my healthy relationship, we should balance each other out at the end of the day. It doesn't matter who brings what to me, whether 80-20, 60-40, 10-90, etc. As long as we have 1% when the checkbook balance. I don't mind carrying the household if I need to as a woman.
Well, that's just you basic common sense.
Right.
What is the most educated section of race right now? What's the most educated?
Black women.
Black women, right? So we know that if most black women, not most, but you have mostly you have a lot of a nice segment of educated black women.
Mm-hmm.
They have opportunity to be making what? More money than their male counterparts, right?
Most definitely.
So that's why I just say it. Lab, if my girl making 150,
mm-hmm.
she doing good. That's my girl.
Right.
You know, she just became an attorney. She has got, just finished medical school.
Right.
She's a doctor.
Right.
Right. I'm doing well. I'm making $60,000-$70,000. I'm $20,000-$30,000 off the median income of the United States of America. I'm doing well, right?
Right.
We're good.
We're
making in a combined income $220, $210, $250, maybe $300,000. But she's probably making a good bulk of it, maybe 60% of that.
Right.
We ain't limit ourselves trying to pay every damn thing.
Most definitely limited.
What sense that make, lad?
But the perspective has been on social media that the man pay everything and woman just bank her money and do what she want to do with it. You get what I'm saying? That's the part we're leaving out, is that it's not a perspective of he doing everything and she's still spending her money. She just not spending it on the household. You taking care of that. She's spending it on whatever the hell she want to spend it on.
Well, see, lad, let me say this. I mean, there's a book we all read when we was in elementary school called Alice in Wonderland.
Most definitely.
And fairy tales. Now again, I will say this, to that point, was that what y'all agree on? That what y'all agree on.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we still going back to what I said before. You still gonna limit yourself for what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you feel some type of way, well, look, I make most of the money and I'm paying most of this and he ain't doing so much of this. But he had capacity,
right?
And you at y'all doing it. If you feel some type of way, maybe that ain't the guy you need to be
with, right? You need to be
get what I'm
somebody
saying?
who makes the same amount of money you make.
So let me tell you something. At one point, me and my ex-wife, she made more, But once I got my education, I got my undergrad, I got my master's, things damn seesaw.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't really. I don't know. Well, let me stop. I don't know what the hell going on her head then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She might have felt that way. I didn't see it. And then when things changed, we ain't never booked like, hey, I got this, I got that, because I always, my rule, and I tell it to my children, no matter who you with, especially young men, as long as that woman know that you can leave and get the hell on and take care of yourself, y'all be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all be cool. Listen, you make more than me, but I can get thrown from this house,
right?
And I ain't got to move back here with my mom and dad. I can do what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all should work out a lot of stuff because no one ain't got to feel that way. Now, if they going through transitions, new career change, starting business, this, that, and that, that's what y'all agreed to,
right?
But nobody ain't got to sit here and just feel like they carry nobody. And if you feel that way, maybe that just ain't the person for you. Because if you really truly want your man to, do certain things, you want your girl to do certain things, hey man, I'm holding it down, man, watching the kids.
Mm-hmm.
My girl going to work, going to school at night. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he going to go get his CDL or this, that, and that. I'm picking up the slack while he going. Boom, boom. That, I mean, if y'all really into each other like that.
That's how me and my ex-wife did it. I mean, we had a someone to take care of the kids during the day because we both had school. But at night and stuff, I might have went to work one night. She went to work. We still worked. We still worked it out to where the kids were never without, and we still was able to go to school and work. The problem came in is once we graduated and she got her master's in nursing and I got my master's in business. She always had the potential to make more money than me. I'm going to be 100% honest. Her potential to make more money as a nurse was way higher than my potential as a master's in business. You know what I'm saying? Could be because she came out the gate at $70,000, $80,000. You get what I'm saying? When she graduated, that's where she at. You get what I'm saying? The nurses were our high demand. That's where she at. But the problem was keeping a consistent job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she had this thing to where she didn't want to work in the emergency room, or she didn't want to work around blood. So it was just, and I'm thinking to myself, well, why'd you get this degree? And then she wanted to change to other degrees. Then she got a cosmetology license. So it was like, it was a bunch of a session of things that were just concentrating on one thing so we could make have a solid foundation to where we could do whatever we want after 50.
But with that said, y'all still kept whatever y'all system was, that's what y'all system was.
Right.
But see, that's the thing I'm sitting there looking at. Like when I hear people saying, "Nah, we can't go 50-50. We can't do that. I can't go. What's going on? No, I can't go 50-50. I can't do certain things. With that, you should carry this. Like, what's the point of that thought process?
Right.
Of what you can and can't do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you if you're building, you're working with each other, it shouldn't matter.
Right.
It shouldn't matter because to the point I know Slick saying when you dating and then when you become married, of course it's a different thought process in regards to, you know, again, we dating. You don't even know what the hell I make. I don't even know what the hell you make.
Right.
We still trying to figure out we damn like each other.
That's
you
true.
know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But once we want to go next level, with certain things, now we say now we sharing certain things. You know, this is my credit situation. This is my bank situation. This is my family situation. You know, to at a different level than you were when you were dating. But when you start talking about, you know, the math side of carrying it, I be lost, lad. I be lost. And when I see so many young people today talk about that kind of stuff, and especially them sisters, they were just saying, well, man, she better, man, it come off to me more that they tricking you, they tricking on you, than they in a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have looked like to me, like if it come down to like, well, look, I just gotta give you this and we that, like,
right.
Is that your man? Or that just, you know what I'm saying? Like he just, is he tricking? Because
let me get to a couple comments real quick.
Slick says, but dating, we go Dutch, and married people know the budget. You know who you're dealing with before you deal with them. You know who they are, so you spend on that level. When dating, sorry, but lame ass men leave with their wallet, but you better be able to keep it up. That's what Slick says. LaChun says, I agree. Jobs I had in my 20s, I wish I would have kept, such as Home Depot. I would be a district manager by now. And then she says, I said carry the house. I didn't say carry the man. It's a difference. Your mom said, hey, Poochie. Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. And then LaChun says, everybody's thought process is different.
Well, let me say this. A lot of times people no one get in bad, in my personal opinion, nobody get in bad situations on purpose.
Right.
So a lady might not be intentionally carrying the guy. They may just help in their mind, helping the guy with the thought process that things will change.
Later on.
He's going to do this, he's going to do that, and everything. Hoping he's going to do that. Sometimes men are in a situation where they'll say, look, I got you, whatever, but things change. They lost his contract, they lost his job, they got some health issues up. Now I can't continue to keep this up and everything. And that happens
every day.
But the person that likes you and love you, they understand it and they're people to just like you got to do it. And I think that's probably where most people aren't at that point. You know what I'm saying? They with you. Because me and my dog were talking earlier today, like, you know how people will say, well, you want to be with somebody because you don't want to grow old, you don't want to get sick, and be in a nurse home and by yourself, you got nobody to wipe your tail and all that kind of stuff. I personally believe that it's no guarantee that because we're married or together that you're going to do that. Because I'm just saying, you know, I can marry somebody today and all that kind of stuff, and they be like, cool, they got my back. Or they can be like, shit, I have a stroke. I ain't signed up for this shit.
Right.
I ain't wiping his butt.
Right.
I signed up for cruises, dates, galas. That's what I signed up for.
Right.
I didn't sign up to be wiping his tail.
Right.
Let me leave. Right. I didn't sign up to be watching your mama. I ain't signed up to be putting my money into your damn child defense fund.
Right.
No, I didn't sign up for that. And you know what, lad? Are they wrong? Are they right? I don't know. We can go into sickness and health and all this other kind of stuff, but then that's like a 2.0 add to it, right? So I say I only say that to say that shit ain't guaranteed. That stuff get people still gonna be into a situation to the amount they want to be in the situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that don't mean because okay, don't be out there doing this because you want to grow old with somebody, you want somebody to help you out. That don't
People
mean
don't care about growing old with nobody. They gonna do what they want to do.
Who
When they
down
want
with
to do
you is who gonna be down with you.
Right.
Just because I make you my wife or you make that person your husband,
right.
Let shit go wrong. You really find, man, when you go through shit,
right.
you find out who really care about you. You find out your friends, and you really don't. And I'm being real with you, man. I even use myself with my divorce, man. Not saying that people ran off on me, but some people had more of a concern. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some people I probably thought would have had a more concern. They didn't.
Right.
So you don't damn know until that shit happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I'm scratching at 50, and young lady, we having a good time. We're doing this, that, and that. Let me lose my money. Let me get to it. Like I said, I ain't fine for this shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? That guy, he's your protector. He's your provider. Now your son and his kids got to move in. Now all this other kind of stuff. It ain't time for no damn mother-in-law staying here.
Right.
You know, all that stuff is
extra sauce. That's extra sauce on the biscuit.
Let me get to some comments real quick. Lachana says that's a lie. Some women get a man knowing damn well he's a bomb, thinking that they can change him or he has potential. I see it all the time. Six says if we are rocking for real and you lose your job, I got you, but it's cause I know what you will do when you do have a job.
Yeah, but that's slick.
Right.
Don't get slick confused with everybody. It doesn't mean most people are, most people aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I only say that don't make decisions of what you hope a person's gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I don't think it's just exclusive to Poochie. You people, when you go through a divorce or go through a breakup or just different challenges in life, you learn a lot about it. Like, man, you're like, they're not gonna do that. They're not. You don't know what people do. Real talk.
Hard way. Yeah.
Real talk, man.
Yeah.
You
but you expect people to. But see, that's where my mistakes come in at, because I was so green, because I had been married for so long and being married so young. I had no reason to be dating. I was married. I had children. We was already, you know what I'm saying? We already had our plan for our life and into the future planned. So it was no reason for me. But once I got out there, I just realized, that it don't matter really, to be honest with you, it don't really matter how you treat that person that you can say that you're in love with or you with. If they want to do something, they're going to do it regardless. It's just how they are. You can't expect, this is where I came in at. That's where I messed up. I can't expect you to treat, I can't expect me out of you. You get what I'm saying? Just because I'm this person, I would do this. I can't expect you to want to do that too, or to be that type of person to do that too. And just because I'm faithful and I do things faithfully, that's doesn't mean I can't expect you to do that. Just because if you lose your leg and can't get around, I'm going to carry you up and downstairs. I can't expect you to do that. You get what I'm saying? That's just how it is.
Yeah, but let me say this to you, Larry. This is what I think most people really don't think about. I ain't saying all, but I think most people don't think about this when they start looking at long-term views with a person, you get in a long relationship or you married. What people don't take consideration is that the person you are now, the person they are now, is going to evolve 5, 10, 15 years. Like, you might want to go to school. This person might want to get into a health trip. They're working out all the time. You might want to get into gardening. They may want to go on trips. You may want to go like, hey, I'm just chilling at home. They may want to go party and chill out, get friends. And people, they still love you, but everybody evolves different. Right? And you're not thinking about that shit when on the inception, because everybody's going to evolve. And sometimes people say, well, lab change or pooch change. I look at it more as an evolution. Because at the end of the day, most time, unless you live in a cave, a lot of times that wasn't necessarily the case. If you might be, say, in a town where there's no opportunities for advancement or changes or doing things differently, so everybody kind of would stay the same, right? But if you, just say you're in the city of Atlanta, there's so much stuff you can do, not necessarily to get you in trouble, but for you to just grow as an individual, or make changes. And I just think that when those early phases, people just don't think about that. Yeah, they fun, they cool. I love them. We having sex all the time. We tripping, we going clubbing and everything like that. But then after a while, like I said, your interest changes.
Your interest and your evolution changes. See, I only can speak from my experiences and me being married. I haven't really and then divorced. My ex-wife problem was I guess she evolved. We could say she evolved, but she evolved to the point to where she started looking back. Because we got married at 17, she started feeling like, oh, I missed out on something. You get what I'm saying? We already had kids.
You ain't got no control of that shit.
You get what I'm saying? But it hit me kind of blindsided me because I'm thinking to myself, any and everything you want to do, I support. So where we coming from? You missed out on something. You probably should have mentioned what you missed out on back then, so I could support it. But it was like she just felt like she missed out on something. And once those words started coming into play, I should have known it was going to be some BS. But me being like, we 25 years in now. Where you go? What you gonna do now? I mean, I'm like, we finna be 40. Back then, anyway.
Yeah, let me tell you something. When I look at those couples sitting down and been together 40, 50 years, or even sometimes longer than that, 20, 30 years, they sit down and one of them running damn mouth.
Right.
One got one sitting there just rocking and nodding, another one like, the key to marriage is you got to do this, you got to do that. And, I be thinking to myself, the other one like, I wish this MF shut the hell up, whatever.
Right.
Because one thing about it, Lab, you never know what the hell going on in somebody else's head.
Ever.
In your mind, we good, we do this, we do that, we, put God first and all this other kind of stuff. And that other person like, man, I want to get the hell out of here. I got to save some money up and all this other kind of stuff. And you don't know how many times they've called an attorney. You don't know how many times they look at getting a lease. You don't know that, right? You just, in your mind, we're good.
Right.
You don't know. And that's not to scare nobody, but you just can't assume that, hey, this is the key with it.
Right.
You just don't.
You don't know what I pray for the powers all the time, but you just don't know what a person's thinking or how a person's thinking. And unfortunately, you have to roll the dice on that. You're still gonna be the person you are, regardless. You're still gonna be who you are because you have I'm not gonna say you have another choice, but at some point, for me, I had to adjust. You get what I'm saying? I had to adjust my thinking because now I'm divorced, and the way I am as a married person, I probably could have been easily taken advantage of. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I got divorced, it was
ain't uncommon.
Right. You have to adjust your mindset. So your mindset has to be adjusted to a point to where you pretty much just got to be just cold-blooded, not give a crap. And I never had that in me because I got married young.
Well, let me say this, Lamb. I'm not finna sit here and say I'm not against marriage, and I'm not against folks being in a long-term relationship, trust. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, don't just assume that because we went down this pathway of marriage and stuff like that, hey, this is how things are gonna be. We're gonna build it. No, you can't assume that. People change. Hey, you gonna change,
right?
And some are voluntary, some involuntary, right? You know what I'm saying?
I told you when I crossed over 50 to my big age now, 53. But when I crossed over at 50, it just my whole mindset changed. My whole mindset changed to the point like I used to be the type of person who just adjust, and if I something I didn't want to do, I would go ahead and do it just to compromise on it, make everybody happy. But now I'm like, nah. Look, we talk about it all the time. Nah, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's just period, point blank. If you can't accept me not doing it, get somebody else to do it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been told many times what I won't do, somebody else will do. Fine. I mean, that's just maybe a few years ago. I probably would have been like, nah, I got to take care of it. I can't have nobody else do it. Now I'm like, whatever.
Get the hell on.
Whatever. But that's only because I crossed 50 and my mind just opened up to like, we talk about summers left all the time. And I have very few summers, and I can't waste it worrying about what somebody else is thinking of doing.
Man, I think people can really miss out on a good person in a great situation, worrying about what the hell another person doing or not doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know you being compromised.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Nobody else will know. Your ass will know. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you might be tripping. And hopefully you have a good friend and saying, hey man, let me run that by you. What you
tripping?
Think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can tell that person tell you, hey man, you tripping.
No, man, they good. Hey, this why they so it's good to have it. Or you may be unfortunate, you got somebody that's gonna be messy.
Let me I'm sorry. Let me get a couple comments here. I'm sorry, y'all. Slick says that the representative leave sooner or later.
Mhm.
But John says, because, hold on, I'm sorry, I should have a couple comments. I apologize. She says, baby, for me, if my man selling hot dogs, I'll be right there asking the couple if they want ketchup or mustard, but I'm a rare breed. She said, opposites attract. Just because a couple has been together 40 to 50 years doesn't mean it was an easy road. And I agree with Poochie. People change, feelings change too.
Yeah, it's just inevitable sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
What Slick said.
If is married life better than single life? She said, but is married life better than single life?
Here you ask. Then you ask. I ain't gonna be a damn married right now. Shit, I said, but am I opposed to it? Nah, I ain't opposed to it. But right now, like now, and it's not the point of you want all these women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I like Poochie.
Right.
I like chilling with Poochie.
And doing what Poochie want to do, what Poochie want to do.
Exactly.
Right.
And man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was sitting there taking care of my family, we're doing that. You know, my mindset was different.
Right.
And everything, but what changed me. And again, I ain't gonna say that that's trauma, whatever. But I seen that, and they're not obligated. When my children grew up, it had nothing to do with me. Why? When my children grew up, all them sacrifices, my vision, what I was trying to do, it ain't the same thing they think.
Right.
And I got good kids, doing well. Three of them in college. One still is in got out of high school. I didn't graduate, left the house yet. So I have good kids. But at the end of the day, their vision, whatever. So my thing is, Poochie is the priority. I got to make sure Poochie cool first. They well-being good. I'm gonna make sure my kids straight. But everything I be with me.
Let me ask you a question. You said Poochie, and I agree with you because lab is first. But how does that play in a 50-50 relationship? Is what we, the topic of our conversation. How does that play in it? Like if you start getting a relationship with somebody and it's it's 50-50 and you feel like your 50 is going more towards 70-80, what do you do in that situation? How do you adjust? Do you adjust or do you just go, this ain't working out for me?
Yeah, well, you know what though I said earlier, you know what you're compromising on.
Right.
If you're cool with it or not. If you can't sit here and say, well, look, man, I want to do more of this, I don't want to do that kind of stuff. You just made that decision there. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm selfish on some stuff. And I know some stuff I should be selfish with if I'm with somebody. They did what I want to do. And I ain't gonna be happy if I don't do that. Does that make sense?
Right. I get what you're saying.
And I think people have to be realistic in regards to what they say inactivity on the live. Something with that damn TikTok, boy, I tell you. TikTok. This first time I had a drink on TikTok and they ain't shut it. It just said all of a sudden now. Let me get this back online with TikTok. Booyah. I don't. In essence, you can say you shouldn't be selfish if you with somebody, but I think that realistic, you got to make sure big picture wise, you got to keep yourself, because if you don't, you lose yourself, and you can be forced. You don't know. You don't know if you ever able to get yourself back. Because that's why I say sometimes. I was talking. I was having a conversation earlier today in regards to just sometimes you see people can go through separation and divorce, and a lot of times you have one person can be here in regards to they did everything, and now like I provided this particular life, and then all of a sudden that other person that was getting taken care of, they get half of everything. They're like, well, man, that ain't fair. I did all this kind of stuff.
Right.
But shit, you created
it. Right.
And now let me say this. That's not a reason to not do that because you're worried about it. If you're worried about it, don't damn do it.
Right.
But those are the kind of things that come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because most of the times, you do have things like prenups and all this other kind of stuff. But we all started off together.
Right. Really nobody think about no prenups.
Yeah, but neither one of y'all had shit, right?
Right.
But I just think sometimes people, that's why I don't think you get caught up in numbers about what percentage this person doing. Because if it's 70-30 or whatever, and this person doing this and y'all doing it, it's cool. But I just think sometimes people just need to be realistic, get less caught up in the numbers, and be more caught up in like what's best for us.
Right. Or what's best for that person. Like if that person saying, I can't, no, he only doing this or she only doing that. They gotta say to themselves, like, is it worth the cycle? I mean, because when you get married, and women can chime in if they want to. I believe that when a man and a woman gets married, the man does most of the compromise. It's just me that's my experience of being married.
Lad, let me tell you something.
I think we do most of the compromising.
I don't say that me being a tax accountant, I've had many arguments in my office in front of me. Mm-hmm. And what I've seen being kind of common a lot of times is the guys that went over and beyond to make sure, let me take care of this particular woman.
Right.
I'm saying what's right or what's wrong.
Right.
Now this guy, like I said, you got a $50,000 due.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I say $50,000 due, we talking about, we just use for example, we talking about just potential max income.
Right.
It might be more or less, whatever.
Right.
But you got these $150,000, $200,000 expectations.
Right.
So what he decides to do is what? I'm gonna kill myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna overtime. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have a side job, this, that, and that. Because I gotta get my girl this house.
Right.
I gotta get my girl this car.
Right.
And what happens?
Right.
Because he's out of his potential range, he's never well at home.
Right.
He ain't around. He doing it. He providing everything for you. And now you what? You lonely. You bored.
Then here come
here come Mr. Jody.
Here come Mr. Jody. Here come the maintenance man.
Oh, yes, sir.
Here come Mr. Fix-It man.
Yes, sir.
And he doing everything right.
Hey,
he is doing everything he's supposed to take care of you.
He taking shots with you at the bar. Y'all moving. Y'all picnicking. You know what I'm saying? He with you and your girls and girl night.
Right. He meeting you there. He ain't invading your space. He letting you do you.
Your man, he working his ass off, texting. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm on break.
I'm gonna go to my next job when I get here. And you good? I don't see that a lot.
I am him.
Hey. But what I'm saying with that is, be realistic.
Right.
Be happy that dude you got, and y'all go with that. But you put them expectations on it. And guys, like, look, I can't do that.
Right.
I can't do it. And not only I ain't got no interest in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, to the point we spoke on earlier, so many people get in situations like, I gotta have her so bad. I gotta project this kind of person that I am. But you ain't that type of dude. You know what I'm saying?
You like,
man. What is it? Overrated.
LaChana says, I agree with Slick. Representatives' comments. Once the representatives are gone, you think the person changing now. They don't change. Their real personalities coming out. And she said, lad, when I told that all men do the compromise in a marriage, that's true. Slick said, married women put up with more shit. I don't know about that.
Well, you put up with stuff, but like I said again,
and that's the magnitude that the men put up.
Okay, let's go back to the point. LaChana just saying with even about a representative, everybody get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm using the bathroom in front of you. Now I'm burping in front of you. Now I'm passing gas in front of you. Like once you get comfortable, there are a lot of stuff whatever gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just Poochie speaking. I don't think people get sorry overnight. Like that ain't gonna work, whatever. Like you have instant. I don't think people get sorry.
They already been sorry.
Yeah. I think people get comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not necessarily we all get that way to a certain point.
Right.
Now it's just you may have just been more focused on the conversation or other stuff that you really just didn't want to put focus on. But I think a lot of folks be, show a certain thing until, but when you get comfortable, okay, well, it don't matter. I can do certain things.
And I ain't never been that comfortable. I ain't never used that room for my clients at all. I always close a lot of the door.
But
I never went to bed naked. I always put on pajamas.
Okay, but what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. There are things that people will relinquish when they get comfortable. So, even with the representative stuff, like, did the representative leave, or did you just not open your eyes or ask certain questions to get that certain stuff? You get what I'm saying?
Or was it a fresh new toy? You looked over the fact that he was sorry.
There you go.
He just got this fresh new toy, and you like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I think a
That's
lot.
the Saint Jock.
Hey, but when you think about it, I just think a lot of times, and they go for men and women, we don't want to be accountable with ourselves in regards to things that we probably should have focused more on. And I've been transparent even when on the show, like even business deal. Like, man, I should have read that little title. I should did it because I was cool. I trusted this person. I might didn't give it the normal scrutiny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think people do that with their jobs and business and really relationships too, because they get fun confused with reality, right? Because we might be going through something, we might need that escape. We might need to feel good. We might need to hear certain things that person gave, but we didn't focus on other stuff, right? We were so caught up into the feeling we got being with that person, we probably should have at some point, because I'm feeling a certain way and I'm thinking a certain way, asked about their finances, asked about their health, asked about their family.
Ask them to read out loud.
That's read out loud.
Ask them to read out loud first.
Well,
that's a good one, yo.
Damn. What's that Slick say?
Slick says, my son quit a job because his baby mama said she was lonely, but he damn sure was going through odd ends to make ends meet. So he made up for it.
But here's the deal. You get that point where sometimes you make them certain decisions for certain people. Sometimes, going from my old head, you ain't gonna be able to make that person happy. I'm a firm believer, and I'll try to get people to look at it like this. You can't make people happy. I think people can only make themselves happy. You can put people in a bad spot, but internally, like, you got to be cool with yourself in life with certain things.
But you could be in a situation where your internalness is corrupted by what's around you. Most definitely.
I get that. You can enhance somebody, make them feel better.
Right.
But if they're unhappy and you try to do certain things because me providing more money or providing certain things to you to make you feel better, that can happen. But that don't mean that's sustainable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're only happy because of what I can do for you, not because who I am. Right? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And that stuff, it just takes situation. It may not ever happen, but most of the time, as long as we live, things gonna happen to derail what we have going on.
Right.
Because our vision, what we want to do in life, and be what we're gonna be, we can get there, but that pathway is a winding road. It's got ups and downs to get there. And a lot of times everybody don't want to stay down with certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think people's whole mindset changes, and I think it's influenced by outside people from the outside. Because me personally, I say to myself, why am I gonna go if I'm married to somebody and I know what this person gonna do, how she gonna do it, what she gonna say, when she gonna say it, what if I ask this and she do that? Why would I want to go find somebody else and have to figure out they new quirks and angles? Because even though we may say we want to get to this new person or we can't deal with this situation, we may get another situation that's worse. And a lot of people don't even think about that situation.
I can be honest with you. Like, with being divorced, it's not that you feel like I feel like my ex-wife, that was the right thing she was doing. You're just used to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just be used to it. You be like, damn, you ain't gonna do that. Like, nah, I don't do that. And damn, you ain't gonna fix that. You ain't gonna do. Right. Just don't do it. Right. You're so used to it, you damn near think that's right, but it's just really what you just used to.
Right.
And that makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
And I don't think that's not uncommon. If you've been with somebody a while,
right?
You just get used to certain things. And I do think that's harder to adjust with the older you are.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing it because as we get older, and to your point, you go north of 50, you are how you are.
That's it.
You know, it's
I had the pleasure of changing my mindset after 50, but right up to that 49.5, I was married lad. You know what I'm saying? My mindset was still married. You get what I'm saying? My mindset was still, even though we were separated and divorced and all that, my mindset was always make sure my kids was good, or making sure, you know what I'm saying, they was good, they respect their mother at all times, stuff like that, which you do. I always try to make sure that happened because, my kids my daughter anyway had a certain mindset of butting heads with her mom, but that's because they they are just alike. I mean, when you just like that, but I wanted to make sure that they understood that this your mother. Without her, there would be no you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to, those things like that. It was never a financial situation, but I always wanted to make sure when I talk to my children that they respected their mom. You get what I'm saying? But when I cross 50, I don't even want to talk to you about what you and your mama going through.
Bullshit me to
Right. My daughter text me, mama doing this. I don't care. Y'all need to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't none of my business. I used to want to keep the peace like that's your mom. You gotta. Now I'm like, so y'all need to figure that out. I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her, but I'm gonna let them know that ain't my business. That's between you and her. And
not to be it's just cold,
right?
Like, man, that's just not a focus.
That's just not my that's not a focus, and that's not my priority. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't have anything to do with that. Let me get a couple comments. So it says you also got to treat people for what they do, not what happened in your past. That's not fair. But John says. Ain't talking about comfort level. Some people need to. I read that part. Like they make me read out loud. She said, "You're right, Poochie. As women, we overlook red flags, thinking we can fix them. We can't fix them. It's because it becomes a problem." I agree.
Well, they just women. Men think they can fix women, too. I want to say something to the point where what Slick just said. Not hold, what happened in your past against new people. I agree, but I will say this: your past is what teaches you. It keeps you in place. You know what I'm saying? For the future.
Right.
So sometimes, is it fair to hold stuff against people and your future of stuff that happened in the past? No, it's not fair. But you do need to make sure that you learn from what you went through.
Like LaChance just said, if you keep dating somebody and you see the red flags, and you date somebody else, you see them exact same red flags.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I just think that's a tricky part. And I think the best way to get past that, where you're not hold something against a new person for something in the past, you just need to just be a little cautious on certain things you let into your life with that. But I will say this: you do have to learn from your damn past.
Right.
You do.
I don't think it's holding nothing against the person. I think it's just making you aware of what could happen. You're just going to be aware. If this happened to you before and you saw signs of it, you'll be a fool to let it happen to you again. You see them same signs. Yeah. Am I crazy? Am I wrong or right? Like, you would be a fool if you saw something happen. If something happened to you previously, and you're like, okay, this happened to me. And then you see exactly the same signs of that happening again, and you let it happen. Who's right? Who's wrong or right in that situation? Are you a fool for letting it happen? You knew it was coming? Mm-hmm. Or are you wrong because you saw it coming, but you didn't do it? You put your left arm to block it because you knew it was coming because of your past.
Yeah, because you definitely can misread it. Mm-hmm. And you be like, man, I probably should have did that. That is what happened. But people are like, well, hey, you can't hold that. But you do got to be cautious of that. You do got to be cautious. But my only advice with that is just be mindful, be fair, be honest, and just take your time.
Let me get one more comment, a couple comments. Cinderella says, people from your past teach you things you want and don't want in your partner. Facts. Slick says, but you can't see the new person weighing them on your past.
I agree.
That's true.
I agree. That's why you need to make sure you're in a good place before you start thinking about certain stuff.
But where's the good place, though? I mean, LaChana says...
Figure it out.
LaChana says, of course it's not a mistake unless you learn from it. Can't keep hitting your head on the same rock. You can't expect change doing the same thing. Exactly. That's called insanity. Absolutely. It's insanity to keep doing the same things over and over, expecting it to change. So you got to, I mean, there's several ways you can weigh that whole situation. Like, people learn. I think everybody takes baggage from their past to their future. It's set in ways that you will not do certain things now because it may have happened to you in the past. You may not be taking it out against your person, but now you're not doing it.
But certain trauma you're gonna be able to shake out.
Right.
But I will say, take your time. Take your time. Don't be in such a rush.
We kind of went off the 50-50 situation, but
we still talking about 50-50. They're talking about 50-50 bullshit.
You're right.
But listen, man, this is a great conversation. If you did come in like in the tail end or the middle of the show, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Change the Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden. You can check out this great conversation in full entirety. I appreciate everybody came in, checked out the conversation, add to the conversation and everything. But definitely go to the YouTube channel, Change the Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden, where you take advantage of all the great information that we currently have on the channel. And also you get a chance to go to my finance channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about business, entrepreneurship, investing, and I'm forgetting something. But it's a finance channel, brands. It's a finance channel, and a lot of great information as well. Go there, Google it, Mr. Short Dollar. You can Google Changing Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden, or you can Google Mr. Short Dollar. Go to both, subscribe, and take advantage of all the great information there. I want to tell you guys, thanks for all the support you guys giving us. Everything's still growing. Also, big shout out to my baby boy Will B. We're going to the Georgia District meet for AAU.
What? Will be?
Yeah, you got to
will be a clap. Okay, let me see it before we start. Congratulations, Will B. You know what that burning blood do for you? Yeah.
100, 200, the shot put in the disc. So, we're going to see what we can do tomorrow with this weekend, rather with everything. So, good luck to you, Will. I'll be home in a little bit, man. But everybody, I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the love and support. Take care of yourself. Love you all. Be safe. And I'll talk with you soon.